There was once a king and a queen who lived happily together. They had 12 children, but they were all boys. Then the king said to his wife, "If the 13th child you are about to bring into the world is a girl, the 12 boys shall die. Her possessions shall be great, and the kingdom shall belong to her alone." He ordered 12 coffins to be made. They were filled with wood shavings, and each had a little pillow. He locked them in a room and gave the queen the key. He told her not to speak of this to anyone. The queen sat and cried all day long. The youngest son, whom she had named Benjamin, asked, "Dear mother, why are you so sad?" "I may not tell you," she answered. But he begged her until she opened the locked room and showed him the coffins. "My dearest Benjamin," she said, "your father made these coffins for you and your brothers. If I give birth to a girl, you will all be killed and buried in them." Benjamin comforted her and said, "Weep not, dear mother. We will save ourselves and go away." She told the boys to go into the forest and watch the castle tower. If a white flag was raised, it meant a boy was born and they could return. If a red flag was raised, it meant a girl was born, and they must flee forever. The brothers went into the forest and kept watch. On the 12th day, Benjamin saw a flag. It was not white. It was red. The brothers were furious. They swore that wherever they found a girl, her blood should flow. They went deeper into the forest and found a small bewitched hut. They decided to live there. Benjamin stayed at home to cook and keep house, while the others hunted for food. They lived there for 10 years. The little girl who was born grew up beautiful and kind. She had a golden star on her forehead. One day she saw 12 small shirts and asked her mother whose they were. Her mother told her about her 12 brothers and the coffins. The maiden said, "Dear mother, weep not. I will go and seek my brothers." She took the 12 shirts and walked into the forest. She came to the bewitched hut and met a young boy. He asked where she came from. She said, "I am a king's daughter. I am seeking my 12 brothers." She showed him the shirts. He realized she was his sister and said, "I am Benjamin, your youngest brother." They cried with joy and embraced each other. But Benjamin warned her, "We vowed to kill every maiden we meet." She said, "I will gladly die if it saves my brothers." Benjamin told her to hide under a tub until the others returned. When the 11 brothers returned, Benjamin asked them to promise not to kill the next maiden. They agreed. He lifted the tub, and their sister appeared. They were overjoyed and hugged her with love. She stayed with them and helped cook and keep the house. They lived in harmony. One day, she plucked 12 white lilies to give each brother a flower. At that moment, the brothers turned into 12 ravens and flew away. The house and garden vanished. An old woman appeared and said, "Those flowers were your brothers. Now they are ravens forever." The maiden cried and asked how to save them. The woman said, "You must be silent for 7 years. You must not speak or laugh. If you speak even one word, all is lost." The maiden sat in a high tree and spun in silence. A king found her while hunting. He fell in love with her beauty and asked her to be his wife. She nodded, and he took her home. They married, but she never spoke or smiled. The king's mother accused her of evil deeds. At last, the king sentenced her to death, as she was tied to the stake and the fire burned. The 7 years ended. 12 ravens flew down and became her brothers again. They put out the fire and freed her. She told the king the truth. He rejoiced and knew she was innocent. They all lived happily together. The wicked stepmother was punished and died a terrible death.